Here's a surprise for some of you that many of you may not know. I'm a huge comic book nerd. Yeah, I know, that's no surprise. I've got Wonder Woman posters in the background. You can barely see it, but there's a poster back there advertising the New 52. I've got Man of Steel posters. Yes, I liked Man of Steel. We got everything. But we're especially fans around here of the DC animated universe. I have almost too much of it to show on camera, so I'm going to have to go through this quick. See, we've got Batman animated series. We've got Batman movies, Batman Superman movies. This, in my opinion, is the best superhero animated film of all time. Batman Mask of the Phantasm. God, what else have we got over here? We got the entire Superman animated series. Return of the Caped Crusaders, Assault on Arkham, Superman Unbound, Superman Doomsday, Justice League vs. Titans, Justice League Gods and Monsters, Thrones of Atlantis, The Flashpoint Paradox, Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, and we've even got The Killing Joke. I'll do a review of this another time. A lot of people didn't care for this one. And honestly, the first 15 minutes of this movie are fucking stupid. But today we're going to be focused on one animated film in particular that came out in 2009. We are huge Wonder Woman fans around here. This is the old Lynda Carter TV series. I could review this whole thing, but honestly most of it's really stupid. It's kind of dated, doesn't really hold up, but it's still a lot of fun. It was still a lot of fun to go through all these. We have Wonder Woman shirts, posters all over the house. I have action figures everywhere. In fact, if I have time at the end of this video, I'll go around and show some of my action figures I hang on the wall. My cousin Kelly even made us this shirt. Yes, it's a Wonder Woman Resist shirt. If you have a problem with this shirt politically, I don't care. So, what we are going to be talking about today, because let's face it, well, I guess this will be dated if you watch this video 6 days from now. This Thursday night premieres the Wonder Woman movie. The DC movie that's been the most talked about, the most anticipated. Now, personally, I liked the other three. I did like Batman vs. Superman, but I understand why people hated that movie. The last half of it was kind of a mess, except for Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Man of Steel, I liked it, but I get why people didn't. Suicide Squad wasn't great, but it was fun. But this is the one that people, early reviews are saying, no, they got it right. Wonder Woman is where they get it right. And Wonder Woman is the one, you got to be careful. Because you can kind of fuck up Batman, you can kind of fuck up Superman, and then you can retcon it and make up for it later. You got to be careful with Wonder Woman. And in my opinion, this animated film did not fuck up Wonder Woman. Not one bit. This, second only to The Mask of the Phantasm, is my favorite DC animated film. Now, oddly enough, in this film, Keri Russell, she's famous for tons of stuff. Look her up on IMDb. I don't feel like going through it all. Keri Russell is the voice of Wonder Woman. Well, in it, Rosario Dawson is the voice of Artemis, which is really funny because in a lot of Wonder Woman related stuff, a lot of Wonder Woman animated stuff, Rosario Dawson plays the voice of Wonder Woman. So, And just like the Wonder Woman film coming out in a couple of days, the animated film was directed by a woman. Sorry, I have notes here because my brain doesn't work like it used to. I can't memorize shit. I can't even memorize song lyrics anymore. Let's see. Directed by Lauren Montgomery, who actually did a lot of other DC stuff. You know, she directed a lot of other DC movies and DC television shows. She's a hell of an animated director. And this is a case where, unlike a Catwoman, that I think a man could direct a Catwoman film, because her femininity isn't like the forefront of her being, it's her badassness. Wonder Woman is that perfect blend of femininity, badassedness, everything, empowerment. Wonder Woman is a god amongst gods. You gotta try real hard not to fuck up Wonder Woman. So getting a female directive and having a female's perspective to direct the film, I think, is a brilliant choice by the studio. This movie had Virginia Madsen as Hippolyta, which I thought was really cool. Tara Strong played Alexa. Nathan Fillion plays Steve Trevor. what else? Yeah, Linda Carter was actually originally supposed to be in this movie. She was supposed to voice Hippolyta, but scheduling conflicts arose and she couldn't do it. Which that would have been really cool to have Linda Carter be in this movie. In fact, I hope, because I don't have, they just re-released this on Blu-ray. This movie was so violent as a cartoon, they had to trim it down. It was originally like 80 minutes long, and they had to trim it down to 76 minutes because it was so violent. Yeah, of all the ones, the Wonder Woman movie was the first one that had to be trimmed down so it wouldn't get an R rating. But watch it and you'll find out why. One, it's a good sit. It's a fast sit. It doesn't waste time. It doesn't, take time to build up anything. It's start to finish action. Good, intense, everything that you want in a superhero film. And it's only an hour and 16 minutes long. But the opening 20 minutes of the film is a battle between the Amazons and the Greeks and their gods. And it's one of the most, it's like Saving Private Ryan levels of opening scene violent war film. This is an animated film that called Wonder Woman that people probably bought for their kids and then opened it up, and in the first 5 minutes, fuckers are getting decapitated. People get decapitated in this movie, and it is awesome. There's a part where Hippolyta, I think it's, I just watched it yesterday, but I don't remember who she does to. She straight up, punt kicks a guy in the ball sack. You're like, okay, that's really cool. And it goes with the storyline that, because I won't give away anything because I don't know how I haven't looked in to see how Wonder Woman's storyline is addressed in the upcoming film. There's two different ways that Wonder Woman may have come to us. One of them is she was molded from clay. Zeus hit it with the thunderbolt, and Zeus gave Hippolyta a daughter, Diana of Themyscira. Sorry. The other one is that was a lie the whole time, and that Diana is actually the daughter of Zeus. That Hippolyta, her mother, had an affair with Zeus. That they went into that in the New 52. Wonder Woman series, which, to show you the Wonder Woman comics I have, that would take, I would have to do 3 videos. We've got stacks and stacks of Wonder Woman comics in the other room. So I'm not sure exactly if they're going with New 52 or original Wonder Woman, but in this one they go with the original. The Wonder Woman was molded from clay. She was given to Hippolyta as a gift from the gods. And of course she's a brash, young, egotistical woman who feels she deserves things that she necessarily doesn't. The other girls are jealous of her. And, well, we get it's the classic storyline. Steve Trevor, fighting in the war, accidentally crashes into the ocean near Themyscira. They pull him out of the water. First man any of them have seen in centuries at this point. I think it's been centuries at this point. And it's that, if you know the Wonder Woman story, you know what happens next. They imprison him, and they decide, well, he has to go back, but we can't let him know where this place is. Somebody has to go and take him back. So they hold a contest. Well, Diana thinks she's badass enough that she could do this contest, but is told by her mother, you can't. So she dresses up in warrior garb to where her face is hidden, wins the competition handily, and it turns out it's her. And what I really like about it, rather than Hippolyta being angry, she looks at her daughter and she's like, you are a champion. Puts a thing on her. And that's really cool. But there are a couple of really funny moments. This movie has some really funny jokes in it. They use the lasso of truth on Steve Trevor to find out if men are coming to invade, and he's like, your map, your island is not even on a chart. There's nothing that says this island is here. Our government has no knowledge that you even exist, and because he has a lasso of truth wrapped around him, they know he's telling the truth. And he said something about crap, and like, what is crap? And he's like, you don't want to know, and they pull on it. They use a lasso of truth to find out that crap is poop. That's pretty damn funny. And he keeps making comments, and which this part I didn't like. Steve Trevor was never, he was kind of a ladies' man, but he was not really that much of a pussy hound in the original comics. He could be a douchebag at times, but he wasn't that, hey, let me nail you kind of guy. And they really made him a chauvinist pig in this, in the beginning. Of course, he gets the respect for Wonder Woman by the end of it, but he keeps making comments about how hot she is and what a nice rack she has. And it's funny, but there are characters in the DC universe that are like that. Steve Trevor really wasn't. But that's a nitpick. Very small nitpick. So Wonder Woman has to take she gets the invisible jet, which this one addresses the invisible jet better. That when the invisible jet closes, you can't see anybody. In the old Super Friends cartoons, where they show the invisible jet flying, but you can still see Wonder Woman sitting at the controls. Like, that never made any sense. And in this movie, they get into the plane, and it's done. It shuts. So, and you can't see inside of it. So, I guess it's okay I'm spoiling this movie. This movie came out freaking 7, 8 years ago. It was just re-released on Blu-ray. I highly recommend going to pick it up. But there's some really funny moments when Diana comes to America before she's called Wonder Woman. Like, this young girl is crying in a park, and she's like, well, what's the matter? She's like, I want to play pirates with the boys. And she's like, well, they won't let you play because you're a girl. And she's like, yeah. She's like, don't worry. Using their form, they would be killed in seconds. And she, like, gives this little girl a 5-second demo on how to sword fight. She's like, now there you go, honey. Go unleash hell. And it's just so funny, because she's like, okay. And you don't even see it. Just hear off in the background, you hear the little girl go, yeah. And the guys are, ah. Just really, really funny. Let me see, what else do I have here? Yeah, there's a scene where Wonder Woman and Steve Trevor are in a bar getting drunk. And they're doing, I think it's tequila shots. It's either tequila or vodka. It's one of those things that I don't fucking drink. And he's sloppy, pissed, falling over himself drunk. Well, she's a fucking Amazonian. You know, she's like doing shots left and right, putting him down, and not even phasing her. And she's like, I have the tenacity, and he's just like, and they go outside and get attacked, and like Wonder Woman just fucking beats the shit out of everybody. There's like a gang of like 10 guys, and she just lays waste to them. So I won't give away any more about it. It's a Wonder Woman story. It's her origin story. You already know how it ends if you like Wonder Woman. If you don't like Wonder Woman, why the fuck are you watching this video? Quick thing, why do I like Wonder Woman so much? I've been asked that. Like, you know, why do you like Wonder Woman so much? Of the original Holy Trinity of comic book characters, which, as we all know, Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman will always be my favorite. Above DC, above Marvel. I probably read more Marvel. Well, actually, right now, after the Rebirth, I've been reading more DC. I read a lot of DC comics now. They've gotten pretty good. Especially The Flash and Aquaman. Oddly enough, Aquaman is one of the best DC comics going right now, in my opinion. I always have to add that. But I've always liked Wonder Woman better than Superman. Because Superman's too much of a goody-goody. Superman has let bad things happen because in his mind, he's like, well, do I kill this guy or don't I? How do I handle this situation? Wonder Woman's like, no, fuck you, you have to die. In fact, there was I think it was 10, 11 years ago, there was a big to-do in the Wonder Woman comics because she killed an unarmed man live on television because he just needed to die, and imprisoning him would do no good. And she doesn't like to kill people, but she'll kill you. And she is badass. So I prefer Wonder Woman over Superman because there are so many more facets to her character. There's so much more to her as a character because is she human? Is she not? Is she God? Is she not? What is she? There's up and down stories we don't really know. Superman's pretty straightforward, and while I do like Superman, I love me some Superman. I just prefer Wonder Woman. I just do. Maybe that's because I like hot chicks with muscles. All right, let's see here. How much time do we have left? I am going to show you some of our Wonder Woman stuff. I apologize for the condition of my house. Let me tell you one thing right now. I have disabled children, and sometimes they like to tear up the house a little bit. And so, let's see here. Alright, there's some of our Pokemon posters. This is all in my bedroom. Unfortunately, my wife has Divergent posters. Nirvana stuff, yay! Red Dead Redemption, more Pokemon. More Nirvana stuff, yay! CD collections. Action figures, let's see, this is all mostly Batman, Star Wars, a couple wrestling figures. There's a Doctor Strange figure up there. There's the New 52 poster. Don't worry, I'm not going to make this much longer. I just want to show people kind of a collection of what I've got. There's some of the new Wonder Woman stuff, and we even have one of the pop cans for Wonder Woman, and it's hard to see because of the glare. More Pokemon stuff. That's my hamster Lucifer. Strawberry shortcake stuff. Sorry to move so quickly, but I want to get this done. This is vintage strawberry shortcake stuff. That stuff is like from the 80s. So, and then here we have some more figures. That's the coolest Miss Marvel figure ever, and a silk, which was almost impossible to find. There we go. Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman. And there's Flash and Superman. Alright, here's more Wonder Woman stuff. That's a Captain Barbossa figure. And this is all my horror movie. There's more Wonder Woman stuff. I don't know why we have a Mad Hatter figures from Alice Through the Looking Glass. That movie's fucking terrible. Right next to Edward Scissorhands, and that movie was fucking incredible. And Freddy, check that out. Bet you don't see that a lot. The video game versions of Freddy and Jason. Huh? Hell yeah. And lots of reaction figures. So, why do we have so many action figures around the house? Well, when you have children that are pretty much mentally never going to get older than like maybe 3-4 years old, why not enjoy it? Let your house be a toy house. Let your kids have something fun to look at. Well, enough of that. That was a tour of my action figure collection, and that isn't even half of the stuff. I have way more crap than that. But yeah, I am looking forward to the Wonder Woman movie coming out this weekend. My wife will be seeing it, the premiere, the moment that it airs here in Cincinnati, and I'll be going Saturday morning, so expect a Saturday morning cheap seats from that. So until then, see you later.